that resonates with any of you, where you're just like paralyzed by your fear and by your distractions. You're like, oh, this person's getting this many joins and I've only gotten one, and you're comparing yourself and you're in this big cloud of just like doubt of yourself and fear that you can really accomplish your goals. And instead of sitting in that fear and distraction and being worried about it, taking action and reaching out to more people or following up with the people that you have, making sure that you're doing the things to overcome the fear that you have is going to get you further than worrying about this side distraction stuff. That's a little more businessy than I wanted to get into tonight, but it's just something that resonated with me, and I hope that it helps you a little bit too, to not worry so much about all of these distractions and fears, and to just do the things, you know. And Jackie was kind of mentioning that too, like reaching out to people in different groups and getting to know people, doing different things outside of the things you normally do, and making sure that you're connecting with new people, and then you can grow in that way too. I'll mute myself again. I think Jackie's unfrozen now.
Oh, sorry guys. So I live in the middle of the woods and my internet is via satellite and it's pouring. So if I desert you guys, I don't mean to. Along with what Lauren was saying, I have not been very good about getting on the phone with people or actually talking to people in real life. It's more been messaging. And when I have stepped outside of my comfort zone with a lot of gentle prodding, not always so gentle, Elizabeth, calling these people and talking on the phone with them, or actually meeting them and talking to them, or grabbing somebody and giving them a hug, or, you know, there's so many different things that we can connect with people. And that's what makes a big difference. You know, you get these messages. I mean, how many people have you got a message from Norwex? I'm having a party. I'm like, yeah, great. Okay. So, but if that person actually calls and talks to you and says, hey, you know what, this is going to make a difference for you. Or, you know what, I'm really sorry that you're not feeling well. Let me offer this to you. Let's try this. How can we do things to help you out? And that's definitely spurred on a whole new episode of growth for me and my team. So, what do you think, Lauren? You got anything else to say on that? Or I guess, you know, Elizabeth, I don't know if we can get you unmuted if you had other things, but even we could do an unmute, and if any of you guys had questions or something that we could talk about as a group too, you know.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Oh, you're echoing. There's two of you, so maybe make one of you go away.
There, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, no, you can't hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes,
okay. Oh, that was a hot mess there for a minute. Apparently, I need to restart my computer before all Zooms. It usually helps a little bit. So this was kind of funny that I read this today as a devotional, actually, and I have to find the right one. Yes. And so it just really made sense to pertain to life and challenges and trials, because I feel like there's just a lot of people that we talk to, a lot of each other that we talk to. There's something going on with everyone. There's always something, and it isn't always a positive stressor. You know what I mean? So a lot of you know what happened to my family in March, and it was horrible. And I had so many people love on me, my coworkers, my Plexus team, my sideline Plexus people, uplines, downlines, across the board, people just reaching out privately. I mean, it was incredible to feel so loved and supported through all of that. And, you know, it doesn't go away. The sadness doesn't go away, but, you know, just keeping on and keeping on, you know, like I never thought that I would be going for a huge goal this month, and here I am. So, you know, it's kind of this good, positive distraction too, after having experienced all of that. And then I just feel like I hear over and over, you know, like this person had this happen, this person had that happen, you know, sick kids. It's just like one thing after another. And that's kind of life, right? I mean, there's always something. There's always something that isn't perfect. And it's just really how we have that mindset over it and move forward. You know, no one promised us that our kids would sleep all night. My 8-year-old was in my bed last night, and he's huge now. And so he doesn't move. I'm like laying next to this big log. I'm like, come on, you know, it's not great. But at the same time, my 8-year-old was in bed with me last night and wanted to cuddle me and wanted to be near me, you know? So I can count that as a blessing too. So I have always felt really strongly about persevering in life, like persevering. I finished a doctorate degree in 5.5 years. I persevered through having all these kids. I persevered through my husband going to school and taking on almost like all of the household chores so that he could focus on that while working full time and having these babies. Like persevere. That's what we're called to do. And as a wife, as a mom, as a worker, we're called to persevere in life, and God is going to guide us through that, and he's going to walk through that with us, and we're going to be stronger because of it. So anyway, I read this devotional. I thought it was pretty cool. So it says, the ability to persevere, to remain strong and steadfast in the face of difficulties and delays and distractions. Okay, right there. What are we faced with every day? It doesn't matter if you're trying to make dinner, if you're trying to do your IPA, if you're trying to get your kids to bed, if you're just trying to get ready in the morning, unless you're up before your kids are, then there are difficulties, delays, and distractions, right? But it's a fundamental skill. It's necessary for any man choosing to devote himself to our King Jesus Christ. He showed us how in the wilderness and against the temptations that followed. Like him, we too must bear up against the pressures of the world, and not only for a while, but until the very end of our days. It says till the very end of our days. It doesn't say till next week, and then it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. To the very end of our days. Though any one child or temptation may be short-lived, there's always something out there capable of our destruction. So what happened in I think most of you know, but my dad passed away last month, like just over a month ago. And I could just turn into like a whole tunnel of depression and despair over that, right? Like it's forever. This is not like, okay, I'm going to go see my dad in a month. Like, no, like I have to wait years until I get to heaven again. Well, God willing, years until I get to heaven to be with him again. And, you know, and my poor mom, like she was married 50 years. They were married 50 years. So, you know, there's always something capable of destruction. And this isn't going to destroy me. It's not going to destroy my mom. Some people telling me, no, I don't want your Plexus is not going to destroy me, right? It's not going to destroy me. My boss being a jerk about me asking for vacation time, that's not going to destroy me. We're not going to let that happen. Here we go. Hello, I love this. Preparedness is paramount. You see, when we're unprepared and trouble comes at work, in our relationships, our finances, our health, then it takes us down into anxiety, anger, bitterness, despondency, depression, and isolation. When we're unprepared and temptations come, material, carnal, and moral, they too take us down, away from God and into sin. Compounding our lack of preparedness, the enemy is always quick with interference and misinformation. We won't make it. This will be long and difficult, too long and too difficult for you. You're alone and forgotten. You won't have the strength to persevere. You should just give up and give in now and avoid the grief of waiting and just give in later. Hello. How easy would it be to let those thoughts come into our head or to believe them? We're not letting that happen. Perseverance isn't innate. It's learned. All of us can do it if we train. So, brother, manufacture some pressure and train yourself. Push your limits physically, mentally, spiritually. Climb a tough summit, Arizona, for a couple of the ladies up there. Tackle a hike of many miles, fast for a period of days, turn devices off, not this month when we're going for goals, but maybe at some point for periods of time, you know, Sunday, Easter Sunday, and embrace the quiet and solitude and prayer for an uncomfortable period. Uncomfortable period. Pray for an uncomfortable period. I love that. And remember that God designed you for perseverance. So by training, you'll simply learn what you're made of, plus you'll expose the lies of the enemy, and it doesn't take much to learn a whole lot about yourself. Oh my gosh, was that not like perfect for today, for our lives, for these goals, for just in general, our mission. Our mission is to help people. Our mission is to move forward. Our mission is to be good moms and to be good therapists. A lot of you are PTs up there, PTAs. If Melissa's still on, we got a nurse up there. We got all these people, right? Our mission is to go out and help people. And it would be so, so easy to fall into that trap and not persevere. So I just thought that was very fitting. I think it's applicable to so many areas of our lives. And it happens to be applicable to this huge goal that a lot of people are going after this month, like that next step in growth. And so that is what I kind of had prepared for you, because it just seemed really fitting. And just as a whole, like, I just also want to say, like, we're here as a team. We're here to say, you know, I am having a crappy day and I'm having a hard time persevering right now. So please send up some prayers. Like, we're here for that too. And it's okay to reach out for prayer, because not everyone is going to understand. Like, you know, when I first started Plexus, and I'd get kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I have these people and they're telling me no, or this or that. And my husband's like, why are you doing this then? And I'm like, because I love it. And because I was called to do it. And, you know, all these things. And now he's like, okay, it's all right. You know, we'll work through it. His mindset has changed, and he's definitely become more supportive and all of that. But we can't always complain to everyone, not complain, but we can't always like share that moment, right? It's a moment. We're not staying here. It's a moment. We can't always share that moment with our husbands or our moms or our sisters or our best friends, because they don't understand, and they will just see it as, well, why are you putting yourself through that? You know? And so share with your team, vent up. Jackie just typed it in, vent up. You definitely want to be venting up to your upline, talking to your upline, not just talking to your sidelines and all of that, because that can just tend to be more negative. But even with other life stuff, you know, like, I've been through a lot of life stuff. I'm open to anyone reaching out to me, you know. And so just that, like, we're going to talk about it. We're going to pray over it, and we're going to move on. We're not staying here. We're moving past it. We're not turning this into this, you know? So anyway, yes, I just love that we can get on here for a few minutes and talk. If anyone has questions, has something to add, or has a prayer request, we would also love to help with that. You can unmute yourselves if you want to talk.
How about just Thanksgiving for...
Do I have to unmute you? Now I can't hear you.
Huh, I think my internet's being dumb.
No, I think
Can you hear me now?
I didn't have my volume up.
That makes a difference. No, how about just in Thanksgiving for all of the friendships and all of the blessings, both health and financial and everything else. I mean, you know, Lauren and I and Beverly, we've messaged each other so much in these past couple of days of, oh my gosh, this message, this is it. This is why. I mean, we've gotten so many messages of people, big things with them. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is exciting. And I'm so thankful to be part of this and for all of you. I mean, you know, Elizabeth and I knew each other from PT school, but we hadn't really kept in touch. And really, Beverly, maybe I'd see you a little bit, but she left my area and goes to a different church now. So, I mean, honestly and truly, I wouldn't know any of you guys if it weren't for that. And I'm just so thankful that I have all of you available and as friends. And, you know, I can call Lauren and say, hey, I need help with this. Or Elizabeth, hey, I need help with this. Or Emily, I reached out to her. Or Beverly, I'm taking pictures. Her little one's getting baptized Sunday. I mean, really, where in the world do you find people like that whose values are in the right place, whose hearts are in the right place, who isn't in this for self-serving purposes? I mean, of course, we like some extra money. We like feeling better, but you know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people on here that I would not talk to on a regular basis if it weren't for this. So I just am thankful for that, and put in a little prayer that I'm thankful for all of you, you know?
Aww. Yes, so much so. I mean, so much so. Rochelle and I were just talking about this, just how these amazing people have come into our lives, and that we never would have met if it weren't for Plexus, you know? Cool. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. Someday my Zoom will work the first time I try.
It's all good.
Yes.
Let's put in a prayer too for Rochelle on the road.
Yeah, with 7 kids and trying to move. I mean, they're not moving right now, but it's one of the next steps to get towards moving. I just can't even imagine.
I didn't even recognize her with the hat on.
Where is she?
She's there.
I'm there.
There you are. Hiding.
I have a flashlight on me because that was like, I can't drive with that light on. I'm like, okay, give me your flashlight. So it's like,
Tell us a scary story around the campfire. It was a dark and cold night. Somebody had stolen all of her Plexus, and she was stuck in the car for 12 more hours with 7 children.
that's like super scary.
That's a thing of nightmares in my world, man.
Yes. I felt like I was in a circus all day today. I'm like de-stressing over here with Plexus. So. Thank you for the prayers. Totally need them. I love all of you guys.
Absolutely. I can't wait to meet so many of you in real life in June. Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be so fun. Convention and everything else. Such a fun time. For this extroverted blue over here, I'm like so excited.
And did you guys see the email too at who's doing our concert?
Yes, Andy Grammer.
Yes. Big time. I mean, this is not somebody they pulled off of, I don't know, some backstage tour or, I don't know, UP Redneck Village. Just like a real person. This shows you how big this is and how Emily laughs because she understands, you know. This is huge. And if there wasn't belief in this and everything, and this wasn't as big as it is, it wouldn't be this big. So pretty cool. Oh, Rochelle. My gosh.
I had to pull them up on my Sonos. We have like I don't know other than that. I have an app and we have speakers in the kitchen, and I go to that and I search Spotify or Pandora or the Sonos stations or something. I don't know. And I searched him, and then I listened to his music all afternoon, and I was like, oh, this is really good. And I recognize some of the songs. So you'll know, Rochelle, when you hear them.
You will.
But I can't tell you any of his songs either.
You guys hear me?
I would sing one, but you don't want to hear my voice.
Doesn't he sing Honey, I'm Good? No, Honey, I'm Good.
That's one of them. Got to keep your head up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's good.
It's going to be fun.
Cool.
All right.
All right. You guys all got to get back to a little bit more IPA tonight. Me too. But please reach out to us. We're here for you.